hello everyone. So I'm a little cold today. It's very cold here in Maine. It's kind of like rainy and windy, and we've had some like flooding in Augusta, Hollowell, and in the town that I live in. We've had so much flooding, but today is Movie Monday, and I have a movie shopping haul for you guys. We're gonna go through some of the movies that I found. I found them at Savers. My brother took me to Savers for the first time because we don't have one in Maine, but there is one like on the Maine-New Hampshire kind of border. So it's like in New Hampshire, but it's really close to Maine. It was like a 2-hour trip. And I got some movies at Savers, and I was really excited. So one of the first movies that I grabbed is An American Girl, Chrissa Stands Strong. Now this movie is about a girl, obviously named Chrissa, and she got bullied, and it's her kind of learning that speaking up and telling a trusted adult and not going through the bullying in silence is so important. And she's getting bullied on the swim team, at home, online. She befriends another girl who's getting bullied. And I really like the ending. The ending is really sweet. And so I enjoyed this. I like the American Girl movies. Like, I watched Felicity, Kitteridge, and what was the other one? Samantha. I watched like 2 Samantha American Girl movies, and I think they're all like nice family movies. They're definitely, the girls in them are really strong and, you know, really courageous, and they're learning a lot and growing, and so I really like that. So I got an American Girl movie. I have like 4 American Girl dolls back there. I don't know if you can see them. They're on this side. But I love anything American Girl, so I was excited to find that. And then, of course, I'm a Barbie girl. I love me some Barbie. I found this Barbie, The Princess and the Pop Star movie. Now, in this movie, Tori, who's the Princess of Marabella, she wants to sing and dance and perform and do her, like, royal duties. And she meets pop star Kiera. And they kind of switch places because they have a lot in common, and they both have like a magical secret that a lot helps them switch places. And at first it seems like a good idea, but then the Marabella Kingdom has a magical secret that if it's stolen will put the kingdom in danger. And so they end up saving the day, and they switch back to their normal selves. They realize that they're happy just being who they are. And I really like that. And they both get to kind of shine in what they want to do for a bit. As far as Tori gets a chance to sing, Marabella gets a chance to experience what being a princess is about. She wanted to be a princess from a young age, and it's just kind of cute. It's a cute family movie. They each have their own little pet. And then, of course, I snagged 3 Monster High movies, y'all. I was so excited. So I grabbed this one, which actually comes with 4 different Monster High movies. There's Fright Camera's Actions, which is one of my favorite Monster High movies. The ghouls go on like a hunt for the vampire queen of like Transylvania and everything. Then there's Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? They basically have to save Dracula from an old friend from Transylvania who wants to capture Dracula's heart and break it to add it to his collection, which is kind of sad. Like, why do you want to break somebody's heart on purpose? And it shows Cupid in that one. There's Friday Night's Frights, where the girls do like a roller derby contest, and this is where Rebecca Steam her parts are found and put together, and they really become a roller derby team. And then Ghouls Rule, where Frankie Steen wants to know like how Halloween started, what it is for like the monsters, and why humans and monsters aren't celebrating it together. And Van Helsing's daughter is in that one. It is really, really good. Then, of course, I got this one where Claudine is invited to Scaris to be an apprentice to a famous fashion designer, but they find out that that fashion designer is actually stealing people's creations and passing them off as their own, which is so horrible. That's plagiarism. It's wrong. Like, you're allowed to use copyrighted material on YouTube as far as, like, little bits and pieces, as long as you're not claiming it as your own and you're using it in small amounts. And of course, there are other things to go into that. But, I mean, she's completely stealing their designs and passing them off as their own, which is so, so wrong. I'm not going to really go too much into what YouTube allows you to take for copyrighted material. That's something to research on your own. But yeah, and she meets Jennifer in this one. They meet Scalita, and they also find Rochelle's long-lost love, her beau, in the city of Scaris, which is supposed to be like Paris. It's like the monster version of Paris. And it's really, really cool. I like Jennifer a lot. She's always struck me as cool. So I like this a lot. And then, of course, for Movie Monday, I found Monster High Boo York, which I didn't own. I didn't own Scaris, and I didn't own Friday Night Frights or Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love. But Boo York, I remember it being like my favorite movie when it first came out. Basically, Cleo is invited to go to a fancy gala with her family. Nephra, her sister, wants to use the comet's power for her own, like, sneaky stuff. And she's also tries to break up, like, Cleo and Deuce and whatnot. Like, I got so into this movie as a kid, and I love the music in it. It's more like a musical. It's very cool. And I watched this so intently, and I remember years ago when I watched this, I got so into the movie, I got emotional, y'all, over a Monster High movie. Like, the idea of Cleo and Deuce breaking up, like, broke my little heart. Cleo was one of my mother's favorite Monster High dolls of mine, so maybe that's why it hit me so hard. We meet LED, Mercedes King, there's one other one we meet in this. She's like a moth creature. And then Caddy Noir really takes the spotlight in it. She ends up finding a beau herself and whatnot. They never made a doll of him. It was Ptolemy, and like I said, they never once made a doll of him, and I was so disappointed about that back in the day, because I was like, they gotta make a doll of him, like, he's new, like, he's cool. But no, they didn't. I wanted more mummies to play with, more mummy Monster High characters. So I hope you enjoyed this Savers Movie Monday shopping haul, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.